Okay, it is Thursday, May 6, 2010. This is the view that we see. We're behind Lorraine and her group of CPS fighting victims. We're going to attend a DHS protest of DHS disproportionality two-day conference, quote-unquote, commitment to change. As we're going to... Deborah Young. Okay, she says Deborah Young.
On the Michael Baines show.
By herself? Where's she? Okay, good. Oh, that's Brian Jones. You should hear his story. This is Lorraine talking to two ladies asking questions. We're still at the Temple University workshop, DHS conference. It's Thursday, May 6, 2010. This is Roxanne Grinage, founder of HireLyrics.org. We're outside the DHS conference, Disproportionality Conference, Commitment to Change. The community residents that fight CPS corruption in government and that have been victimized by DHS corruption and family court corruption are here letting the outsiders visiting our city know that everything is not well with DHS here and that decisions are being made that exclude the families and communities, working class, student, and impoverished community members of this city. They are agency driven, financially driven. We have our banner here, DHS Demonic Horror Stories. The new civil rights movement is underway. Families fight back, say no more DHS Demonic Horror Stories. This is Latoya Hall, mother of kidnapped for profit, DHS kidnapped for profit Serena Hall. Latoya Hall was actually cooperating with a DHS investigation when she was speaking to a social worker, suffered an epileptic seizure. Her child was literally kidnapped by a dishonest social worker, and they played a series of corrupt Philadelphia Family Court and PA Superior Court appeals involuntarily ended her rights and caused an illegal adoption to a DHS contractor who is abusive, Ella M. Sutton, and his witness, hitting the child, beating the child, verbally being violent to the child outside in public. This is Desiree Daniels, mother of latest target DHS kidnapped for profit, Deasia Daniels. Thomas Daniels in North Philadelphia, two dishonest social workers, Lucretia McMillan and Lakeisha Kenyatta overrode Temple University doctor's findings to say that proved that a child was hurt by an in-home accident and it was not child abuse, and they are recorded saying they don't care what a Temple University doctor says. They are going to report her to the child abuse registry anyway, and they are being sued in federal court for child abuse registry fraud. Anne-Marie Ambrose, our commissioner, is aware of it, had a live conversation on the 13th with Desiree Daniels, claimed to assign, gave her a complaint number, then had her administrative assistant, Frances Beatrice, call her 2 days later and say there was no need to complain, admitting being recorded that the social workers were dishonest and should have never made the mistake of reporting her to the child abuse registry, but the child abuse registry complaint has not been withdrawn and she has the expenses of an attorney to request a special expungement hearing. The finances of working class communities, homeowners, impoverished student communities here and families here in Philadelphia are being devastated by not the existing laws, policies, or procedures. They are being devastated by people acting dishonestly who are positioned to do so, corruptly committing serial crimes against the families of Philadelphia County. This is Deborah Young. Deborah Young is following up with PA Superior Court appeals of the corruption that occurred that is prolonging the abuse, and federal court appeals. 209 CV 05015 MSG, that's Federal Judge Honorable Mitchell S. Goldberg. We have filings that we are reporting to the U.S. Department of Justice, U.S. Government Accountability Board, and President Obama related to the systematic 1983 Civil Rights Act abuse that is causing a child slaughter, U.S. economy fraud, court reform, state of emergency in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. Brian Jones, would you like to say what you want to say anything about your horror story? Brian Jones has an extreme DHS demonic horror story.
The story is about rape of an 11-year-old child, venereal disease of an 11-year-old child, illegal abortion by an 11-year-old child. Threats, intimidation. When we wouldn't stop fighting them, we were in federal court. They took my son's other brothers and sisters and sent them all over the country, denying the mother access to them. The kids was hurt in Georgia. The Georgia Department of Human Services is investigating DHS for breaking his sister's arm this year. They ordered DHS to move her out of Georgia, out this facility, because they want to close it down. DHS refused.
Who knows? Everybody want one?
And you said about
That's just part of it.
You told about the part of the illegal abortion?
The illegal abortion. They have the now they found out they got 600 illegal abortions, and with these abortions, where would these people get pregnant at?
Exactly. And we found out the Daily News reporter blew the lid off of it today when she exposed the late-term abortion ordered by a corrupt family court judge of a foster care mother who refused to help a 17-year-old girl. Was threatened, said her family would be destroyed and separated if she didn't get an abortion at 24 weeks, which is illegal in Pennsylvania, a live birth abortion. And this Daily News reporter blew the lid off of it, where Philadelphia families say no more DHS demonic horror stories. And we found out that there's actually a department and funding for abortions that kill children, rob us of our right to make decisions about what happens to our families. Our constitutional rights, our Commonwealth of Pennsylvania constitutional rights are being violated for the sake of kidnap for profit, financial motivation and benefit of DHS hundreds of contractors, foster, adoption, evaluator contractors, Title IV, CPS funding. This is big business. This is Roxanne Grinage, who has just joined us. Her victimization are my grandchildren, Ezekiel and Ariel Brown. This is my daughter, through a series of corrupt extortion, bribery, all proven to Supreme Court, all proven to 2 federal judges, and proven to Obama, President Obama, U.S. Department of Justice, extortion, bribery. My son-in-law is even giving a November 17, 2009 video statement, which is uploaded to YouTube, youtube.com/HireLyrics channel, where you can see he tells in great detail the conspiracy, fraud, and DHS presence to kidnap for profit our children. On November 17, 2009, in DR, Family Court DR number 0C0512752124, and federal case 209 CV 04119 MSG, which many people believe started the civil rights movement here, the new civil rights movement here in Pennsylvania, where families fight back, say no more. Okay, so we got everybody now. I guess we'll just, that was the police officer at Temple campus just told us to move off the sidewalk. This is a peaceful demonstration, a respectful demonstration, and we're grateful for any venues we're able to enter into. Desiree Daniels, Latoya Hall attended the Meet the Next Governor breakfast series on April 22nd, and we heard gubernatorial candidate Attorney General Tom Corbett speak about the platform, and Deborah Young was able to ask him a question about what his platform would be for families, for CPS corruption in government, and there is absolutely no consideration of this issue right now for the U.S. For the gubernatorial candidates. So that is what we're doing now. We're trying to get our decision makers, our lawmakers, to see a specialized constituency that are literally crime victims of people officially positioned to commit serial crimes against them, and the adjudications that occur as a result of the corruption should not be enforced with civil and criminal consequences against families that are already victimized. Our children are being stolen, which is a theft of vested interest. They're not showing up in viable economy-enriching careers of science, healthcare, technology, education, entertainment, culture, arts, space travel, military, and defense. Instead, they're being unfairly siphoned into economy-depleting industries of pedophilia, sex entertainment, alcoholism, addiction, depression, self-hate, and incarceration and crime, all because somebody sold them for profit, which is human trafficking. Every time money changes hands for the transport of a human being, that is modern day slavery, human trafficking. And just because people with titles of judge, attorney, and social worker do the transport, it does not legitimize human trafficking, racketeering, kidnap for profit. Okay, I'm going to end this here in case I need the footage for something major is going to happen.